Good morning and welcome back into our Ustream coverage from National Signing Day 2011. Ronan O'Shea with you here, and thank you for joining us here inside GoUSFBulls.com. Certainly our focus today on football, but while we have the chance, let's spread out and talk about some of the other sports going on here at the University of South Florida, and who better than to start that conversation with than the head coach of the USF baseball team, Lelo Prado. And Coach, always good to talk to you. About 2 weeks or so away from opening day, a good time to catch up. How are things going for you?
Good. I love signing day because that means baseball's right around the corner. So congratulations to Skip and his staff. Great job of recruiting and great staff, and they've done a great job bringing in a great class, and it'll show up here next year during the season.
Opening day, February 18th at #1 Florida. You're not messing around here at all. You're going straight into it with the top team in the country.
Well, Florida's a great program, and I mean, it's the kind of program we want to play against. When I took the job, I said we play the best people around in the country, and they're one of them, and Miami's another one of them. And, we're in the state of Florida. We got to play them. It's a great competition, and it'll be fun for our guys.
Talking to a few of your athletes, it seems that the collective agreement is that they want to take on the best competition in the country. Yes, you've got Miami a little bit later on in the non-conference portion of the schedule as well, but it seems that everybody wants that challenge, and what better way to do it than the opening weekend?
Well, I mean, that's why we play. We want to go to Omaha one day, and they've been there, and it's one thing we want to do, and you got to beat them. So we got to play the Gators. They've got a great club this year, but I think we're pretty good too.
Bulls fans are going to have to get accustomed to a brand new coaching staff for you. We've had the opportunity to conduct some interviews with them here on GoUSFBulls.com. But for some fans who may not be familiar with the new coaches, can you shed some light on your new coaching staff with USF Baseball?
Well, I mean, we start off with Chris Heinz, a guy that played here, became a great player here, was an academic All-American, got into pro ball. They made him a catcher, made it to the big leagues. He was coaching with the Twins organization, and has done a great job so far since he's been on board. And we've got Chuck Hernandez, been in pro ball his whole life, and he's been in the big leagues, been in the World Series. So he's a guy that's brought so much knowledge to our kids, and our guys will be better for it. And Frank Maldonado came over from the University of Tampa, and he does a great job with our position players and throws great BP, which saves my arm. But we've got a great staff, and those guys will make a big difference this year.
How have the players reacted to having a couple of major leaguers in the locker room?
Well, I tell everybody, even when I go recruiting, you're talking about two guys that are going to help you develop and become a great player. And these two guys have done it at the highest level. They've played at the highest level. They've coached at the highest level. And there isn't too many programs around the country that could say you got two guys that have big league experience and know what it takes to get you there. So those guys, our guys love them. They brought a little bit of a pro mentality, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Has it been fun coaching alongside them as well?
Yeah, I pick their brains every day. I mean, even though I've been a head coach for a long time, I still pick their brains on how different organizations do things, and try to pick up something every day.
Official practices have been underway as we make the progress towards opening day. Get us caught up on what you've been working on in practice and sort of the feel around the team right now.
Well, they're excited. I mean, the new stadium is bringing a lot of excitement, and they're excited every day they go to the ballpark. And we've been blessed that we've been able to practice at the Yankee complex, so it's kind of exciting. You go there to practice, you really get after it. But our kids have worked hard all fall. They've done a great job at adjusting to the travel of the fall and now in the spring. But I think they're going to be ready to go when we play Florida, and I'm expecting them to make a run at the Big East Championship.
There's been so much talk about the pitching rotation. You read any preview put on by an outlet, and there's a lot of talk about the front end of your rotation. Tell me about how excited you are to get those two guys back and what they add Friday, Saturday of a weekend set.
Well, so yesterday they threw and we got really excited. So we played our first inter-squad yesterday. But both of those guys have been there for us. But for us to get to the 40 wins, to get to a regional, to win a Big East championship, there's got to be a lot of other guys that contribute. And if those guys do it, like a Zach Petrie, a Ali, some older guys, a Quackenbush, a Moran, we're going to be very good. And that's what Chuck's trying to do, make a complete staff and not just be so loaded on the front end. But we feel good about the guys we have, and they've done everything Chuck has asked them to do, and he feels good about them, which is really good for me.
The question I keep hearing from Bulls fans is, well, who's going to be driving in the runs? Who are the names in the heart of the lineup that we're going to see producing the offense? So what are you looking at right now? I know you still have some time before opening day, but some of the names that you expect to step up offensively.
Well, I mean, right now, the hottest guy we got right now with his swing is Dan Rocco. He's been on fire. He's really worked hard offensively. He finished strong last year when we played him, and he did a great job for us. So he should be a guy that drives in some runs. Todd Brazil's got to be a guy that gets back on track and drives in some run. And Sam Mendy has got to hit the middle of that lineup. And those three guys have got to produce for us. But we got guys like John Costco, Luis Lorena that led our team in hitting last year, James Ramsey, a new young guy coming into our program, and Chad Taylor and them guys played a lot of innings last year that should really help us this year.
Coach, we've spent so much time and so much excitement here inside the athletic department about the new facilities. Every time we drive by the ballpark, there's something new being added onto it. It's going to be a wonderful facility. Just share some of the excitement that you have with the brand new baseball facility, and I know you're anxious to get moved in.
I will tell you this. There might be some that are bigger, but there's none going to be nicer, and it's going to be a ballpark where fans are right on top of the field. I'm excited because, like even our batting cages, there's nobody in America that have the batting cages we're going to have, and that's where you develop and get bigger and better and work on your swing. The pitchers will be able to throw in that batting cage, but every time you go out there, there's something new being built, so it's a lot of fun. I think the fans are really, everybody we bring out to see this facility, they can't believe it. And I will promise you this, it'll make a huge impact in the kind of young men that come to this program.
There's no question it's going to be a wonderful game day experience for fans, but for your players, you mentioned the practice facility with the batting cages, and how about that dugout? I think I could move into those dugouts. They're that big.
Yeah, that's something we wanted. You got to have the wow factor. The dugout is important. What USF has been used to in the past, it's unbelievable. So the dugouts are beautiful. Everything is just perfect for a college baseball field. And I will promise you there'll be a lot of people coming down here to look at our stadium and making their new stadium a little bit like ours. But they've done everything we've asked. The field's there now for them, and now it's time to play ball.
All right, Coach, looking forward to the start of the season. Jim Lauk and I will be on the call Friday, February 18th in Gainesville when the Bulls take on the #1 team in the country. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
It's the head coach of the USF Bulls baseball team, Lelo Prado. Now we're going to turn things back over to Jim Lauk. More national letters of intent have come across the wire. Be sure to click on the Bulls Vision feed above, and Jim, take it away.